In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 5 best value cards at each position right now in NBA 2K25 My Team. So I'll be going over the top 5 best value point guards, top 5 best value shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers as well. And if you guys don't know what I mean by, a top 5 best value card at a certain position, is going to be cards that I think are really good for their price tag. So for example, a card that maybe goes for 25k but is able to compete with the top tier point guards in the game. For example, if we're talking about the point guard position, I consider that to be really good value compared to maybe a card that goes for a couple 100,000 MT that I don't think is all that great at that specific position. So all of these cards, in my opinion, are amazing value, and these are the top 5 at each position. So number 5, I do think Malcolm Brogdon for like 25k, maybe even cheaper nowadays, is honestly really good at point guard. I think he's a card that is very underrated at point guard. Do I think he's the best value point guard in this game? No, I do think there's 4 names that are obviously better, but I do think he's still very solid. 6'5" point guard, 6'10" wingspan, has a good player model in game. The defense could be a lot better, the driving dunk could be a lot better, but I do think this card has really good Hall of Fame badges. I like this card's jump shot. He's got the Pro 2 fade. Jalen Green dribble style is decent. He's got the Kemba escape, which I think is one of the better escapes in this game. So I do think just across the board, again, for 25k, you get great value in Malcolm Brogdon. Do I think he's the best? No, but do I think he's very solid and one of the best value point guards in this game? 100%. Number 2 is going to be Pink Diamond Zach LaVine, as I completely butchered spelling his name, but Pink Diamond Zach LaVine is honestly similar to his Galaxy Opal and is not that far off his Dark Matter. Like, if we're being completely honest, if we compare Pink Diamond Zach LaVine to the Dark Matter one, I mean, is there that big of a difference? I mean, obviously, yes, like the Dark Matter is going to be way better stats wise. Like, plus 10 interior defense is nice, plus 18 block is huge, but defensively on the perimeter, not that big of a difference. Plus 1 perimeter, plus 2 steal, really not that big of a difference. The driving dunk, the same at a 99. Sure, the 3 ball is plus 5, but do you really notice that in game? I personally don't think so. And then you look at the animations, and I mean, yeah, like a quick to very quick is sure, huge difference, but like dribble sigs wise, it's just the Devin Booker dribble style. So like, sure, 100% the Dark Matter is a better card than the Pink Diamond. But like for 100,000 more MT, is that worth it? I don't personally think so. That's why I think Dark Matter Zach LaVine is a great point guard, because I think the Pink Diamond's really good. But is there that much of a difference between these cards? I don't personally think so. I don't think it's that big of an upgrade. So that's why I think, Zach LaVine Dark Matter is not a bad value card, but I don't think it's a good value card compared to his Pink Diamond. And I think his Pink Diamond is one of the better value point guards in this game. He's great offensively and very similar to his Dark Matter card. Number 3 is going to be Galaxy Opal Alex Caruso. I think he's just such a good, shorter point guard. I mean, he plays really good defense on the perimeter. I do like his jump shot. He's got decent enough dribble sigs. I think Caruso is an absolute beast at point guard for maybe 50, 60, 70,000 MT. His price definitely does fluctuate. Number 2 though, I think easily is going to be Dyson Daniels. I mean, like I was talking about in my example at the start of the video, this card goes for 25-30k, and at the point guard position, he seriously can compete with the best of them. Penny Hardaway's, Michael Jordan, Shea's, right? All those 100 overall cards. Is he as good as them? Absolutely not. But is he good enough defensively to be able to guard them? Does he have the height, the wingspan, and the player model to guard those cards? 100% yes. Does he have a good jump shot? He has a solid release. He has solid dribble sigs. I mean, across the board for 25-30k, you're not going to get much better value at the point guard position. Now, for me personally, I do think number 1 is Dark Matter Stephon Castle. I thought this card would be a lot more expensive. He only goes for like 300,000 MT on Xbox, and to me, that is really good value. A card that is close to a top 5 point guard in this game. I don't know if he's top 5 anymore, just because that new 100 overall Oscar Robertson dropped, and I think he's probably better of a card than Stephon Castle. But again, Oscar's going to go for how much? $1 million, $2 million MT compared to 300,000 for Stephon Castle. So I do think for that reason, Stephon Castle is one of the best value cards in this game, and I do think, in my opinion, is the best value point guard. Now, talking about the top 5 best value shooting guards in this game, I think number 5 and number 4 are going to be those extremely cheap shooting guards that I think are amazing for their price tag. Both of Amari Caspi and Robert Covington only go for 5,000 MT. And when we look at both of these cards, they are absolutely unbelievable for that price tag. Like Amari Caspi, he's a 6'9" shooting guard, only does have a 6'9" wingspan, and maybe not the greatest defensive stats, and across the board the stats don't look amazing, but he's got a great jump shot, and he's also got amazing dribble sigs for a card that is, again, 5,000 MT, is a 6'9" shooting guard. He's got the Devin Booker dribble style, he's got the Trey escape. Like, this card is amazing for 5k. And then talking about Rocco, like Robert Covington, he is so amazing defensively. Again, for 5,000 MT, 6'9" at shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan, and take a look at those defensive stats and badges. absolutely off the charts amazing. 95 interior defense, 96 perimeter, 96 steal, 90 block, tons of really good Hall of Fame defensive badges, has a good jump shot in the catch and shoot. I mean, as a 3-and-D card, can't get much better for 5,000 MT than Pink Diamond Rocco. Going up in price is Dark Matter George Gerving, and I think this card is really good. I think all around he does everything very solid at the Dark Matter tier. 6'7" shooting guard, 6'10" wingspan, 94 perimeter, 92 steal, 95 driving dunk, 97 vertical. He's got a good jump shot in my opinion. He's got solid enough dribble sigs. I really like that garland behind the back on this card, and I think for 100,000 MT and as a Dark Matter, one of the best value cards in this entire game. Number 2, I cannot believe how cheap this card is, and he got even cheaper today because of the new Flash Super Packs. And I mean, just an amazing card is Pink Diamond Dr. J. This card goes for now like 30,000 MT, 35k, 6'7" at shooting guard, 6'11" wingspan, and this card still has an amazing jump shot, still has that Kawhi Leonard behind the back, has very solid movement in game, is a good defender, is a great slasher. Like, this card was way ahead of his time, and honestly, it's crazy to think that this card came out in season number 2 a while ago. Like, that is a while ago, and this card is still one of the best shooting guards in this entire game. I think for that reason, got to be one of the best value shooting guards in my team. At number 1, I should say, is going to be Dark Matter Runner Test, a card that goes for 200, maybe 250k, and is one of the best shooting guards in this game. 6'7" at shooting guard, 6'11" wingspan. I mean, one of the best defenders in this game. 98 block, 99 steal, 99 perimeter, 98 interior defense, almost every single Hall of Fame defensive badge. I personally really like his jump shot. I know some people aren't a big fan of it, but I do really like his release, and I think he's got decent enough dribble sigs, able to move a little bit. Sure, Dr. J is probably the better value card because of the price tag, so I will put Dr. J at number 1 and Runner Test at number 2, but in my opinion, these are going to be the top 5 best value shooting guards. Now, looking at the top 5 best value small forwards in this game, I think is easily the best position all the way around in my team. There is so many amazing cards at the small forward position when we're talking about the best cards in this game, but also when we're talking about just the overall cards, like including value cards, including budget cards. I think you gotta definitely consider small forward to be one of the best positions. Tyler Hansbrough got a number 5. I mean, that card is damn near a budget price tag and is so good at small forward. Carlos Boozer is like 35k, maybe 30,000 MT now. He is such a great small forward as well, and I think both of these cards are very similar at the small forward position, have really good jump shots, play good defense, and are just amazing for their price. Number 3, I should say, is going to be Dark Matter Terry Dishinger. And the thing with Terry D is, like, yes, I wish he could play the shooting guard position, right? Only 6'7" at small forward, 6'11" wingspan. Yes, I wish he could play shooting guard, but you can't take away from the fact that he has a really good jump shot. He has amazing dribble sigs. His movement is elite. He's great at slashing. He's a good enough defender, even at the small forward position. And for barely over 100,000 MT, I think you get great value with Dark Matter Terry Dishinger. And then number 2 and number 1, to me, are very obvious. I mean, Pink Diamond Michael Beasley, again, for his price, might be the best value small forward in this game. But I do think the card at number 1 is definitely going to be better at small forward. But Beasley, 6'9" at small forward, 7-foot wingspan. Another card like Pink Diamond Dr. J that came out a while ago, all the way back January 31st, season 4. Maybe not as long ago as Dr. J, but still, like, this card, insane for his price, only like 70k or below now. Really good jump shot. Cameron Thomas fade is really good. Solid enough dribble sigs. Like, this card is just unbelievable at the small forward position. And then number 1, guys, 100%, I think this card is so good for his price, and that is going to be Dark Matter AK-47. I personally believe he's the second best small forward in this game. I know some people disagree with that, but I do think AK, because of his defense, 6'9" at small forward, 7-foot wingspan, but has seriously one of the best jump shots in this entire game. They gave him some decent movement as well with the tray escape. I do like the Jalen Green size up. Even the Jimmy Butler behind the back is not that horrible. So all the way around, I do think AK-47 is the best value small forward in this game, even though he's really expensive. I wanted to include cards that are expensive, expensive in these top 5s, but also some really good budget options as well, like Carlos Boozer and Tyler Hansbrough. Now, moving on over to the top 5 best value power forwards in this game. At number 5, we do have Pink Diamond Hakeem, and he's just a really good power forward option. He plays good defense. He's 7-foot at the power forward spot. He's got really good interior defense. He's got a good jump shot. I mean, I think he's honestly just a perfect value power forward for like 20,000 MT. Number 4 is going to be a card that goes for also around 20,000 MT, maybe even below that, and that is Pink Diamond Khalil Ware. A card that is so good at power forward. He gets great defensive animations, he gets great standing dunk animations, and also does have a really good catch and shoot jump shot. And then number 3 and number 2 I think are very similar. We got not the Dark Matter Jaren Jackson Jr. because he's obviously very expensive. We have the Galaxy Opal version that's come down even more in price because of his dark matter dropping. And Jaren is still one of the best defensive cards at the power forward position. He's still got a great jump shot, even though it's on quick timing. So I really like Galaxy Opal Triple J. I think for his price tag, got to be at number 3. I think at number 2 for about 60k, maybe 70,000 MT, Galaxy Opal Dino is an absolute beast. I mean, all the way around, just amazing at power forward. I love his jump shot. His defense is top tier, and I think he's the second best value point power forward. But number 1, guys, I think it's got to be Dark Matter Chet. Again, including these expensive cards in these top 5s, because I think Chet for like 400 to 500k is seriously one of the best prices you guys can get when we're talking about the top tier big man in my team. Obviously not talking about the Wilts and the Yaos and the Kristopses and the Shaqs and the Kareems, right? Those cards go for millions and millions of MT. But for only 400 to 500k, Chet is a card that can play center power forward. He's 7'1" with a 7'6" wingspan. He looks like he's 7'2" or 7'3". He gets really good defensive animations. He's able to compete with those top tier big men. And I think honestly for his price is definitely worth it, and I think is the best value power forward in my team. Now the last position we're going to be talking about is the top 5 best value centers in this game. At number 5 is honestly one of my favorite cards on the No Money Spent account, and just one of my favorite budget cards in this entire game, and that's going to be Diamond Tyson Chandler. He just does everything so amazingly at the center position. Number 4, I do think, actually I'm going to go to number 3. I want to talk about number 4 here more in a second, but I got Eddie Curry at number 3, I should say. Eddie Curry is just an absolute beast at center. I do think he's really good for his price. He's below 10,000 MT. He's got a 7'7" wingspan, plays really good defense. Number 2, I am going to go for Kristaps. I think Kristaps is 1000% worth his price. I think this card only goes for about 30 to 35k nowadays. Really good jump shot. He's 7'2", has a good wingspan, a really good jump shot. I think he's a great offensive center. And before we get to number 1, at number 4, I do actually have Galaxy Opal Hassan Whiteside. I think this card, if you can green with his jump shot consistently, which I think is not a bad jump shot, he's actually pretty good. 7 foot, can play center power forward with a 7'7" wingspan. To me, I think he's just Eddie Curry with a worse jump shot, but I think he's maybe better defensively than Eddie Curry. Like I'm saying, obviously a worse jump shot than Eddie Curry. That's why I have him over him at number 3 compared to number 4, and he's also a little bit more pricey. But I do think that Hassan Whiteside is very underrated at the center position. But you guys know who's going to be at number 1. You guys know I can't recommend this card enough as I cannot spell his name, but it's going to be Pink Diamond Wemby for like 200,000 MT nowadays is so cheap for Pink Diamond Wemby. 7'4" at center, 7'8" wingspan. I'm telling you guys, go watch my past couple No Money Spent episodes. Go look at how overpowered Pink Diamond Wemby is, and you'll know exactly why he's one of the best value cards in this entire game. But in my opinion, guys, these are going to be my top 5 best value point guards, top 5 best value shooting guards, small forwards, power forwards, and centers as well. But let me know in the comment section down below maybe some other really good value cards that I missed out on in this video, and let me know what you guys thought about my rankings, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.